Alright folks, it's what is it, mid-September. It's damp, it's wet, it's horrible, but it's time for an update. I've not been around a lot because just some things going on in personal life, so it's been a bit neglected. I've tried to carry on doing bits, but you know how it is. So let's just show you what's still growing and what the badger's not tried to eat. Let's flip this around. So sweet potatoes still going in there. You can see evidence of them. Let's cover that up. Let's see how they're going in a couple of weeks. Right, this tomato cage, apart from it being overtaken like this whole part of the allotment has, there is tomatoes growing in there. They didn't actually fill the cage up like they normally do. You can see there's some red ones in there that actually need harvesting. But like I stick by this method. I mean, probably a bit dry for it this year, to be fair. But still been productive. Great way of doing it. If you didn't catch the video, there's a bucket in the middle there, and that's how you water it. You just drop the hose over the top and water it all from the middle. The bucket's obviously got holes in. Right, me and James covered this all with cardboard, and I did just chuck some French beans in there. And they have in the main started growing. But you'll notice this end, some poles have got dead ones on, and this one's got nothing on, and that's thanks to our friendly badger. It started digging at it, so we had to build this cage around there. The onions were there, complete disaster this year. If you caught the video about these and the badger seems to love them, and for some reason he just kept coming along and pulling them out. Put this fence round all the way around it, thought that'd stop him, didn't. So now each and every plant has got a cage out over the top. But like I say, the badger's pulled them out 2-3 times at least. So whether these are actually going to do it, who knows. But if the weather hadn't turned like it has, it probably would. But yeah, obviously a right good tidy up's actually needed, but I've not been bothered. Right, in here I had these gherkins going on. I've had plenty of gherkins off it. They're still growing, but something went off, and some sort of fungus or something, and all the leaves just decided to drop off. The aubergines, they were productive to start with. There is a flower down there, look, probably going to produce another one if we get time. And the grapevine's been really good actually. Now they are seeded grapes, so if you don't like the pips, then it's a bit bad, but nice juicy grapes. You just got to spit the pips out or swallow them, but then you might get a grapevine growing in your stomach. Apple tree one's going alright. Maybe I should harvest some of them before the wasps decide to take them all. Now this little brassica net that we did, it's going really well, to be fair. There's some Brussels going on in there, but I did notice today when you look in the leaves there's some sort of mould on them. I don't know what that's all about, so I'll have a read when I get home. There's also a few cabbages left in there. It's been quite a productive bed. Now there were some leeks that just went to seed, they weren't worth harvesting, to be honest. And I did just drop some celery in the front there. That's not really done a lot. That's Lucy's strawberry bed, which ended up growing more weeds and potatoes, but the strawberries are still in there, and we had a few strawberries out of it. Jerusalem artichoke, just love that dry weather. Not really give it much water, and they're just forming their flower heads now, if you look. So I should assume we'll have some Jerusalem artichokes at some point. Potatoes gone well, still going well. Some main crop potatoes still in that lot there. I know it don't look like just potatoes, it's not, it's because there's a bit of everything going there. Weeds and the lot. Now, these summer squashes that are planted at the top in between each row have been quite productive. They're still producing, which is great. Like I say, there's some potatoes in there. There's still some in here that have died off, but they need digging out. Asparagus is going to need cutting back soon. Love this though. Growing my own garden canes. They're starting out as a bit of a root ball that I dug out of someone's lawn as I was redoing their lawn. But yeah, it's actually finally starting to pay off. Another apple tree there, same again. Need to get some apples off it before the wasps etc have them all. Greenhouse. Got some catmint going here. Actually took a few leaves off it the other day and took them to the cats, and the cats absolutely loved it. Some peppers still going on there. Whether they get enough time to come to maturation's another thing. Still tomatoes going on here in absolute abundance, to be honest, but again, whether we get enough decent weather to get them to be edible in the red sense is another thing. But I do like to make a green tomato chutney at the end of the year. Gotta love these little yellow tomatoes, but the actual plant itself seems really weak. Needs a lot of support. I don't know whether it's actually supposed to be like a hanging basket variety, but I'm not sure. But they taste nice enough. Same thing in here. More tomatoes. Just waiting for them to go red. My fruit bushes are all still in pots that I dug up from around a Bramley apple tree. Now, this bed, it was great. Got a few onions growing in there. Something kept pulling them out. Don't think it was the badger, but they just kept pulling it out. And then I put 2 squash plants in here. Ichikuri squash, and I did get one off it, and it's grown all the way along the bed, and then come out the side, and I have noticed that there's another one growing there. Look. So hopefully that'll get enough time. But the thing about this is I use my own compost, and as soon as this wet weather's come, well, it sows the grass. So there must have been a lot of grass seed in there. These summer squashes here been really productive. They're about done now, I think, to be fair. Had plenty of broad beans. Left them in. Nothing really going there. There's still some beetroot under there that I put under this frame, and as you know, I was expecting these courgette plants to actually grow up the frame, and they never did. I thought they grew a bit more like cucumbers, to be honest. Oh, now this sunflower plant, never even planted it, but it's a beast. It's absolutely beautiful. It did fall over in the wind yesterday, the really high winds that we've had, but we've stood it back up and braced it down the bottom there. But I don't know, Maybe she'll perk back up, who knows. Still got some parsnips in here. Did I already mention that? Probably not. Parsnips, we'll see what happens there. And then I've cleared this bit out here to put my garlic in at the end of the year. Oh, dragonfly. Did you see him? Oh, he's dive bombing me. Yeah, more tidying up required. Still got some lettuce growing in there. And the runner beans are still going for it, as runner beans do. And there's don't know if I've ever mentioned this under it's a really hardy bit of horseradish. I mean, it got attacked by a madman the lawnmower earlier this year, but it seems to have bounced back pretty well. Just weeds growing in the top there, and obviously these calendulas, absolutely beautiful flowers. And what I do find is if you get yourself stung on the allotment, or a stinging nettle or a mozzie bite, if you pull one of these heads off and just rub that middle bit there into where you've been bit, it stops the sting straight away. Yeah, and there's what's left of the Bramley apples. A lot of them's come off in the eye winds, and obviously I got this covered over, so I'm gonna put a third bed in up here next year. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Got a few things to go in over winter. You know, the garlic, like I've mentioned, some onions. I've planted some all year round cauliflowers because they're apparently all year round, but I'm not convinced that they'll make it over a cold winter, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I've got my work cut out. I'm a bit more focused on the allotment now. Got less distractions in my life. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned.